Dark clouds contrasted against bright colors thanks to a big storm that broke up just in time for sunset. This aligned with a super low tide, creating mini pools that mimicked and reflected the clouds' textures and colors. Low tide also attracted dozens of great blue herons and white ibis that kept this still landscape alive. Unfortunately, not everything was alive. Below was a lot of red tide and algae bloom mixed with a bunch of dead fish. What caused their death? This is Owl's Relaxation. We create scenic and relaxing videos. We hope to earn your subscription today. This video is sponsored by people like you. We'll explain later. It's gonna be a good one tonight. This is pre-sunset, and we just had a storm roll through, and that has left a lot of cloud. Really kind of everywhere. Had a rainbow even about 30 minutes ago, because it was still raining. But it has cleared up just in time for sunset, so I can't wait for this one. We have a little bit of glow on the horizon already, and wow, I can see a lot of birds out there compared to normal. Ooh, it's looking great. Yes. I'll put my stuff down. I see a lot of birds out there because we are near low tide. Look at that. Tons of exposed earth or shoreline, however you want to look at it. Tons of great clouds. Cannot wait to see all of these getting hit with the light. We've already got a lot going on, and the sun is still pretty high in the sky there on that horizon. I'm going to get set up and come back to you. I am all set up now with this beautiful composition. We have kind of a overall triangular effect going on with the clouds, where there's darkness with a wider view of brightness on the right, narrowing down to the kind of funnel effect on the left edge. But today, what's so unique is the number of birds that are out there. I haven't seen it like this in probably 2 months. So let me zoom in and show you what I'm talking about. Switch to the regular lens and zoom in on these guys. There's a whole flock of them right here. Whoops, too far. There we go. So those are mostly white ibises. I see in the background a silhouette of one that looks like a little blue heron. I know it's hard to judge scale, so maybe it's a great blue heron and just looks little from here because it's furthest back. Or, it could be a snowy egret, because I do see over to the right, there are a few single birds over here. So that one dead center looks like it could be a white bird instead of a gray bird. But it could just be the light playing tricks on me, who knows? Either way, this close-up panorama is actually quite nice. You see that subtle color on the horizon all the way to the right, and that cool, almost anvil-shaped cloud there. And then if I pan back around, you can see most of the color right now is right here at this horizon level and its reflection. We're still a few minutes away from sunset, so this can still get quite dramatic from here. A lot of darkness over here, but yet opportunities for light and color to catch up in the upper levels even. So stay tuned, and this could be a good one. If you'd like to see us create more and better videos like this, please consider helping us with a one-time tip on PayPal, Zelle, or Venmo, or a recurring donation on Patreon. If you're the kind of person who tips a waiter a little extra for brightening your day, or buys dinner for a friend who helped you out, then why not do the same for a video creator? Even just a few dollars helps us cover expenses, hire help, upgrade equipment,
and dedicate more time to improving for you. The best thing you can do is become a Patreon supporter. We have many levels to choose from, so you can be first to find out everything we're working on, contribute your ideas to future videos, or get your name in our credits. Links are in the description below, or pause this video and scan a QR code. It's people like you who keep us going, so thank you so much for your support.
Lots of bird activity. The flying ones on the horizon, the ones that are feeding in the mid-ground. It's a really active scene.
If you'd like to be an Owls insider, you need to subscribe to our email list, linked in the description below. It's the closest free thing to being our Patreon supporter.
Another big flock in the middle. There we go. They're flying very low to the horizon tonight, and they're keeping out over the middle of the water there instead of near me in the pagoda. Ooh, we are starting to catch upper level dark cloud color on the left. We've got some pink coming through. Just a subtle bit. But it looks great, and it might look even better in a bit. The clouds are actually clearing as we sit here, and so we might get more awesome patterns and lighting. There are a lot of bugs here tonight, as you might have noticed floating in front of the screen at times, and let me show you what we're working with below on this railing. A good number of crawling bugs. I've seen more in the past. You know, they always accumulate in this corner more. But another weird thing I've never seen before, actually, is dead fish down here. Several. And now that I'm looking at it closer in the camera, that actually looks like it could be red tide, and that would explain, actually there's so much more. That would explain why the fish are dead for the first time. Wow, I've never seen dead fish here before. Strangely, it doesn't smell that bad. Gosh, this whole area is red. And that's not sunset color. Although now, look at this, we are getting sunset color reflecting. That's sunset color reflecting, because now the upper level cloud is looking really good. Beautiful. It is a good one. That upper level cloud is really looking nice now, and it's starting to catch on the upper right clouds, those dark ones. So now we're getting that pink going all the way across. This is looking amazing. I have to say also, while I'm standing here, I think this might be the most humid night I've been out for in quite a long time. My face is beading sweat, and I've hardly been out here for maybe 10 minutes, and that is super unusual for me. I do have long sleeves on. I've bought a new outfit to keep the bugs at bay. Nice, flowy, lightweight summer cotton/linen outfit, so that I can stay out here and not worry about the bugs so bad like I used to, because you saw what it looked like tonight, and this sunset is maybe borderline not good enough to stand in front of all those bugs if I didn't have the full coverage of the clothing. But I'm glad those fish don't really smell. I would say it's a very light smell right now, which I would have just attributed to the usual algae if I hadn't seen those fish, because I think the algae is actually slowly dying off and going away. That it's not the hot part of the summer anymore, and so I think there's less algae bloom and growth. But right now that upper level pink is looking amazing. Well, let me actually angle this up for you. There we go. Oh, is it moving now to the right a bit more? Yes. Ooh. A little bit more. Oh my gosh, the bugs are buzzing around my head. There's so many. All right, I'm back away and leave the camera near the edge where it looks good. And really enjoy all these bird flocks. Here's a little bit of a higher level one coming through the middle. Still got a good number of birds feeding in the foreground. They've actually moved a bit closer. We are losing all the color that we had on the left. There's just like a pink glow in the upper cloud instead of the highlights. The highlights have now shifted to the upper level on the right, but even those have faded from where they were. We now do have some more pink on the far right, but I would say now most of the color is happening right here with that hot pink magenta accent on that sliver of a cloud where the sun just went down. And I feel a bug on my ankle. I put the camera down. Now let's take a closer look at the current bird situation in the water. They are currently all in this area, and they're just eating stuff out of I would call it mud. It's not quite mud where they are. They prefer the area that's still just barely covered in water, maybe like an inch of water. We also still have some over in this orange area. Those silhouettes there of little lumps moving around are all birds. And it's really quite beautiful. Let me back out and show you now. We are getting, oh my gosh, I don't know if I dare go close to this corner, but getting a nice pink glow up here. But look, I'm just gonna put the camera on the stick closer to this pole. Oh, that's the bug situation. Oh, very bad bug evening. Goes all down the top of that one, and it goes all down the top of this one, and that's why you see so many in front of the camera that I leave as close as I can to the edge so that you don't get the railing in the shot. We have really lost all the upper level color now. Except in the far right and the far left that I just showed you. So now the far right has some color. There's a frenzy of birds feeding at the mouth of the river over there. Ooh, even this column has a lot of bugs on it today. Usually this one doesn't get as many. But if we look closely out here, you can see a lot of birds flying around and leaving from that area. Now let's get back out and reset, because the bugs are bad and I need to walk away from this edge. I've also upgraded equipment with a microphone set, so I can walk away from the camera hopefully without the volume level changing now. So trying to produce better quality videos. Still working through the kinks, obviously. Ooh, we got a nice big bird coming through there. That would be probably a bigger heron, like a great blue heron. It's hard to tell when they're in flight and their neck's all scrunched up. But anyway, trying to make better quality videos, but still learning the ropes of how this new equipment works to get it optimized so it all sounds good, looks good. And most accurately, or I should say most importantly for me, is to capture accurate color and accurate audio. Like right now we are getting this really cool pink color, but it's actually not capturing it over there in that upper gray cloud. It's like a light pink gray. And really the only other color going on is right here.
Let's connect on social media. Links are in the description.
On a night like this with low tide, I just love the pothole texture you get in the foreground and how the light reflects off of that. Whether it's colored light or not colored light, that just adds so much interest into the foreground that I really enjoy looking at that area. I'm not sure if it's got something to do with the timing of the sunset, but I definitely see some great blue herons out there. Really kind of in this center area, there's more of them than there was. It's the guys with the extra long necks. So yeah, most of them in this zone that are singular by themselves. I feel like the ibises tend to cluster more, and the great blue herons tend to be solo. So I think most of the solo birds that you see on this part of the horizon are actually great blue herons. Let me give you a panorama update. On the left, we've got peach and orange on the horizon, fading to yellow, to pink, and then we've got kind of a cool swirly dark cloud right there, but no more color now to the far right. Everything that's happening is in this little sliver of the horizon, but it's beautiful and intense right there. I think I maybe didn't do a good job of explaining red tide earlier. As far as I understand, when I've done some looking on Google in the past, it's I think bacteria that is naturally occurring in the ocean around the Florida coastlines, at least particularly on the Gulf Coast. And I suppose it's hazardous to fish. I don't actually remember reading that as much as I remember reading that it can cause skin infections for humans. So if you see the red tint, especially lapping up near the shore, you should not go into that water because I don't think it's like a rare occasion. I think it's like a fairly common occasion that you could get a skin infection from that. And I have sensitive skin anyway, so there's no way I would go in any water that looked red because I would not want to risk that. But I think maybe that's what's killed the fish for the first time. Because low tide, I've been here before for low tide and there was no fish, and there was more algae back then, of the dark kind, not the red kind. So I suspect that might be the difference today, unfortunately. We are losing the light. It's most bright over here, so I want to give you what I think might be one last look at where we stand.
If you're enjoying this video, please let us know with a like and subscribe. These are quick, free ways to show your appreciation and tell YouTube this video deserves more views. If you'd like to be notified every time we publish a new video, click the subscribed bell, then select all.
The best part about right now is how dark it's gotten. It brings out all the sounds in the forest behind me. It's a mangrove forest, so it's kind of like a swamp tree that grows in this blackish water of salt and fresh. Actually, I don't know if there's much fresh. Well, fresh would be all the runoff from the rain and streams that are coming into the ocean. So I guess it could be a mix. But you can hear all those summer bugs. Distant crickets, perhaps. I don't know if there are any frogs out here. I can't say I've heard any ribbits. But between that and all the birds still on the horizon silhouetting their long necks, let me show you those. Still tons of them out there. Move it all the way in. Do a slow pan. See how good the camera is. Yep, all those little guys there. That should be great blue heron on the right, and all those little dots there. And I'm just loving the look of those backlit birds with the color. So beautiful. And now the twinkling lights on the horizon of all the buildings over on the St. Petersburg side. It's just a beautiful scene, even though the color didn't extend to the full sky. You gotta like what you got. No matter how you look at it, that's still a beautiful scene. Even without the color, it's just the clouds are awesome. We had a great storm tonight, and potentially in 2 days we will have a tropical storm or hurricane brushing by. So I might not be able to film a video for 2 days. It's supposed to rain probably solidly for most of that time. So it's actually going to be my first hurricane in Florida, or tropical storm either way, whatever it ends up being. So I don't know, that might make some really epic sunsets if it happens to clear up at night like it did tonight. Tonight wasn't a tropical storm, just a normal storm, but it cleared up in a beautiful way, as you can see. And actually, interestingly, we are getting a tiny bit of upper level light, not color, but just light. The way those clouds are doing it just looks nice. So Yeah, what do you think? The sunset's done. It's often still going. Still has surprises in store. But there are a ton of bugs, and the camera doesn't love low light. So I'm sweaty and not as itchy as I would have been if I hadn't gotten the new clothes. So I'm thankful for that. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again.
So which part was your favorite? Please let us know in the comments. Thanks again to each person who supports us, especially our angel investor Patreon supporters. Learn how to get your name in these credits at our Patreon link in the description. We recommend you watch this video next.